It's draft day here at Fantasy Smack Talk. We're talking about will they bounce back, yes or no?
Will they bounce back?
And we're going to do a draft. We'll see if it's actually worth it.
People commented, Brent asked, people commented, they said they wanted to see us do the draft.
It's fun because it means how much you care and passionate about something. So, Dustin, you can have the first pick.
Wow, how about that? I will take RG3.
The easy one. Layup, I will take Doug Martin.
Trent Richardson. This is stupid.
Arian Foster.
CJ Spiller.
Oh, see, and you're going to say yes, and I'm going to say no on him. I will take Roddy White.
David Wilson.
Terrible pick. Steven Jackson.
Who's left? Lamar Miller?
Yeah, and then I get Ray Rice.
See? Waste of time. No one cares.
Now, but everyone knows that your David Wilson pick was weak. So weak that you took him in that round.
So this is will they bounce back? We don't think all these guys will, but some of them we do think they will. RG3 is the first guy I want to talk about, and I do think he will bounce back. I love his potential this year. I love the receivers that he has. He's got a good running game, and his brace is coming off, and I expect him to be running a lot more this year. We like RG3.
I'm talking about the muscle hamster. Will he bounce back? And I am saying no. He wasn't that good when he was actually playing before he got hurt. And his rookie year is really skewed by a couple of games. And I hate where you have to draft him in leagues. It's like middle of the second round. That is insanely too high. He should be an end of the third type of guy. Bishop Stanky territory, in my opinion. Not where he's going. Muscle hamster, I'm not touching.
CJ Spiller, we've talked about him a lot this preseason. I mean,
he's going to get 20 touches.
He still had a really good... He still had a good year last year. It wasn't really good because he went in the first round. I still think he has first round potential. Fred Jackson is an old man. If Fred Jackson gets hurt, they're going to rely on Spiller a little bit more. And he was banged up a little last year. I think this year he is a much safer gamble.
It's end of the second round.
That's better than the 5th overall pick.
Huge gamble.
No, it's not.
Next guy on my list is Arian Foster. You know, that's my boy. That's our boy.
Tennessee boy.
We liked him before. It was cool to like Arian Foster way back in the day. Now, obviously, he disappointed us a little bit last year, but it's kind of interesting. All of the medical reports on him, they're saying the surgery that got done is actually somehow connected to his hamstrings, so his hamstrings should be healthier, yada, yada, yada. I think he's going to be bounced back. I love the return on investment. I'm going to try to get Arian over Doug Martin in the second round in all my leagues. Arian the second, love it.
Kind of love that. Trent Richardson, tough one with this one. I mean, there's been a report that recently came out that he's going to be on a short leash. You know, we feel like he has a lot more potential this year as far as having the offseason to get used to that system.
Got to be the offseason, right?
I think he will bounce back, but it is still just a little bit scary because if Ahmad Bradshaw is able to get 100% healthy, I think Bradshaw could really compete with him. If Richardson gets off to a slow start, it's a little scary, but I still think Richardson will bounce back. I'm saying yes. It's a little scary.
He loves Ahmad Bradshaw.
I do love him.
You love him.
I do.
Next on my list is Roddy White. And I was just telling Dustin prior to this show as we were doing our bickering as always. I don't even know why I do this. I hate the guy. Just kidding. Julio Jones, he's going to go cry about it. Julio Jones, I think, is going to be healthy and play great. I think Matt Ryan is going to have his best statistical season ever. Kind of like the Matt Stafford of last year where he didn't have a great year 2 years ago, slipped in drafts, ended up being a huge return on the investment. Last year, I think Matt Ryan is that quarterback this year. I think he has his best season ever. I think Julio plays great. Roddy gets one-on-one coverage. PPR monster again. Will he bounce back? I am saying absolutely.
Lamar Miller, will he bounce back? He never really had an amazing year, so it's kind of, will he ever live up to the hype kind of thing?
Will he bounce?
Will he bounce? But, you know, with Moreno being there, I think that could actually even help him in some ways. You know, Miller, I never really saw Miller as a workhorse. I think he's kind of a complimentary guy. You know, he's kind of similar to CJ Spiller in the fact that I think Lamar Miller could have decent fantasy value with around 15 touches just because of his big play potential. I think he does start to live up to some of the potential, but not a full bounce.
Lost all confidence with that CJ Wilson comment. Next on my list, CJ Spiller. CJ Wilson. We just started a baseball show. Next on my list is Steven Jackson. Will he bounce back? This is easy. Absolutely not. Obviously, we love Freeman. The whole fantasy community is about to love Freeman. It's going to be all this Freeman love. Freeman's going to move up draft boards. Jackson's going to fall, but for good reason. Jackson's just got too many carries under his belt at this point. The wheels are falling off. It's going to be Freeman's job by the end of the year.
You're in a draft. You have to take Steven Jackson or Freeman. Who do you take?
And oh, wow.
That's
in
tough.
a draft, I'd go Steven Jackson at this point.
I don't know.
I'm in the 8th round and Jackson's there.
It's scary.
Today?
I like Freeman. David Wilson's the last guy I'm going to talk about. What a bust last year.
Of course, it's the last guy, even though it wasn't his last pick.
Wasn't my last pick.
Should have been.
That's how it was on my list. We just went down the list. But David Wilson, terrible year last year. He got hurt, let a lot of owners down. I don't think he'll bounce back. I think Jennings is good. I think Jennings could have a big year for them, and unless Jennings goes down, I think David Wilson's stuck on the bench.
Oh, that Freeman, that's a very good question to pose.
Isn't it?
It really is, man. The last guy I'm going to talk about is Ray Rice. I don't think he's going to bounce back. We don't know about his suspension, first of all. So the fact it might be 4, 6, whatever games, and he appeals, it gets cut in half. I just still think at this point he's going to be in a lot of a timeshare, and especially at the beginning, if Pierce or any of the other running backs step up at the beginning, then obviously it's going to hurt his chances. So he's really a tough guy for me to support as a bounce back candidate. I think I'd take Freeman.
I would take Freeman.
I think I would.
I was going to say that as well. How are you going to get excited about Steven
That's what I was
Jackson?
going to say as well. No excitement. Who
No
cares?
excitement. I'd gamble on Freeman all day. Throw your paper. Get onto our forums. They've been a little bit slow, but they're starting to pick up. But our experts are ready to answer. We're ready to talk some football.
Post your team. You want us to give you a grade. People love getting grades.
I love getting grades. When it's about fantasy football, not like real grades, like in school. No one likes those guys.
That ended it so nerdily.
No one likes those.
Nobody likes grades.
No one likes those grades.
It was such a good show, Dustin. Give me a middle between the two. Middle. And that makes it better.
If you like what you saw, then check out some of our other videos and subscribe to our channel.